Welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're going to get super practical and talk about turning your AI pair programmer from a simple code completer into a true context-aware development partner. We're going to build a specialist, one that's tailored perfectly for your project.
But let's be real for a second. We've all had that moment, right? You ask yourself, is this AI tool actually saving me time, or am I just spending all my energy fixing its weird suggestions and cleaning up after it?
And that's the difference we're aiming for. On the one hand, you've got a generic assistant that kind of just throws code at the wall. And on the other, you have a specialist, a partner that actually understands your project's DNA. It's the difference between chaos and acceleration. So let's dive into how we make that happen.
So, here's our game plan for this little training session. We'll start by looking at the problem, and then we're going to build up piece by piece to a really powerful solution that'll honestly change how you work with AI.
First up, when good AI goes rogue. You got to think about it like this. Even the most brilliant AI needs to be onboarded, just like a new developer. If you don't give it a clear set of rules, it's going to make mistakes and completely ignore the way you do things.
The solution, believe it or not, is surprisingly simple. It's a custom instructions file. Seriously, just think of it as the ultimate cheat sheet for your AI. It's like a permanent brain dump of everything it needs to know to be a productive member of your team.
And here is the key takeaway from the source material. This isn't about just crafting a better one-time prompt. This is about providing persistent, workspace-level context. The whole point is to make sure every single suggestion the AI makes is consistent with your project's architecture. So, how do we actually build this rulebook? Well, it's all about giving the AI a full orientation, Like it's a new team member on day one, and you're getting them up to speed on how things work around here.
What you're really doing here is embedding your project's DNA directly into the AI's brain. You're defining the non-negotiables, the absolute ground rules it has to follow, no exceptions. Let's see how to build this step by step. All right, part 3, teaching the project's DNA. The first part of our rulebook is just the high-level stuff. We've got to teach the AI about the core technologies we're using and the basic structure of our code base.
You literally just start by listing your core stack. This one simple step is huge. It immediately tells the AI, hey, we use Redux Toolkit here, so don't you dare suggest MobX. Or, we're a Formix shop. This alone stops it from suggesting code with libraries you don't even have.
Next, you define your file structure. And let me tell you, this is a total game changer. Once you've done this, you can ask the AI to create a new component or a whole new feature, and it will know exactly where to put all the files, keeping your project organized automatically.
Okay, this is where things get really powerful. We're moving beyond the high-level context and into enforcing the specific, non-negotiable code patterns that actually define your project's quality and stability. So for example, let's say your project has a custom pattern to prevent memory leaks. From API calls that finish after a component has already unmounted. This is a critical rule you need everyone, including your AI, to follow every single time.
So you explicitly tell the AI to always use your custom wrapper function, and you give it a perfect code example to learn from. This is how you connect the what, the code it should write, to the why, preventing memory leaks and keeping the app stable.
How about styling and UI consistency? Let's say you have a custom theming system to handle light mode, dark mode, all that fun stuff. The absolute last thing you want is for the AI to start suggesting random, hard-coded inline styles everywhere.
So you enforce the rule. All styling must use your useTheme hook. By defining this pattern and giving it an example, you basically guarantee the AI will never stray from your project's design system. It becomes a tool for ensuring consistency.
And you can apply the same logic to something as basic as local storage. Maybe your project uses the super high-performance MMKV library instead of the old, slower async storage.
By making your custom MMKV utilities the official standard, you're building a guardrail. The AI will now never even suggest using the deprecated async storage, which means you're stopping technical debt before it even gets a chance to exist.
Now, when you pull all these rules together, you get this, a list of non-negotiables. And notice the strong language. Never, must. You have to be this direct. This isn't just a friendly suggestion, it's a command. With this, your AI transforms from a code generator into a guardian of your code-based quality.
And finally, this whole rulebook idea can go way beyond just generating code. You can actually use it to teach the AI your team's entire development workflow, which ensures consistency across the board.
You can literally define the exact commands a developer needs to run. Everything from mandatory linting checks before a commit to using the right debugging tools. You're standardizing the entire process, and the AI is now in the loop.
So, what's the payoff for this one-time setup? The source material points to a pretty massive real-world benefit, a 40% improvement in code review efficiency. 40%! Why? Because the code is being written the right way the first time.
And that is the crucial takeaway here. You invest a little bit of time up front to create this comprehensive rulebook, and you fundamentally transform your relationship with your AI. It goes from being a tool you have to manage to a partner that actively helps you build better software, faster.
And that brings us to the end. So, I'll leave you with just one final question to think about. What is the single most important, non-negotiable rule that you're going to add to your project's new rulebook?